I had a good point because you take a look at Republicans have done, and a lot of people say, "Oh, well, this Tea Party is some manifestation of this new ultra radicalized Republican Party," and I disagree. That's what they've been. That's what they were, and they say they inherited this problem. No, this problem was voting for you the whole time, and then they took their party back. Well, if progressives are the extreme version of liberal, why can't we do the same thing? Why can't we say, you know what? And I know there's a lot of people who don't want to disagree with me. I don't want to vote for Hillary. And if I vote for Hillary in 2016, I'm going to be holding my nose, just like every Republican who was voting for Mitt Romney.
Right, but they did vote for Mitt Romney. I mean, I don't think there's a problem holding your nose. I mean, look, this is a very tough nut to crack because, Bush and Chains could suggest that we should all sit out, and I can tell you what will happen. Nothing will happen. I mean, I
I'm
imagine.
not saying sit out. I'm saying make them fight to be a liberal again.
Yes, and I think there's a couple of different. Look, there's a couple of different mechanisms for this. I mean, pushing for things like publicly financed campaigns is very important. Pushing back, supporting progressive voices who are out there is very important. Also, doing stuff on a local level. A lot of what we didn't see with the base of the Republican Party was their takeover of the local apparatus of this party. I think, but I think a lot of it also has to do, frankly, with just building a broader movement. I mean, liberals tend to start with the electoral strategy and then hope that's going to bring about a broader movement. On some level, we need to do this. We need to sort of do both simultaneously and expect the efficacy of an electoral strategy to be secondary to building a broader movement. I mean, there will always be opportunities, but they are far and few between. And, one of the problems that we have in terms of building that movement is that we don't have a Koch brothers to come in and sink $200 million into an apparatus to build things like the, Americans.
I'm glad you brought that up, Danny. I'm glad you brought that up. My point being, the one thing I still don't understand about these campaigns is that we keep talking about how there's an unfair way to spend money, yet some of the biggest stars in the country right now came out of YouTube. You don't really pay money into that, and Google's pretty friendly to what you want to try to do. I'll admit, they have a very cooperative slang to how they'll do things, so maybe they play an interference. But it costs nothing to build YouTube fans. It costs nothing to build Twitter fans. It costs very little to develop a website and to cultivate and to try and cultivate that same kind of fan base who could easily change it to a voter base. And the fact of the matter is that when you spend $1 million on a television commercial, congratulations.
Yeah,
you voted.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, and I think that's definitely got to be part of it. But I think, look, the bottom line is that you need more than, and I'm going to let you go, but I'll address this. You need more than a YouTube channel and something like that. You actually need on the ground organizing. You need to be able to bring people together. You need to be able to hire. You need to be able to get 60 buses that will take people to Washington. You need to be able to have people go door to door to bring people out for a congressperson's town hall. I mean, and in the absence of that, you need some other, sort of on the ground organizing skill. I'm not saying that YouTube can't be part of that, but that there's only going to go so far.